Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvabhignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Yena Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakarnam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Vagartha Viva Samprikto Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. We'll chant our Maheshwara Sutra. Om A I Un Rilik E Ong I Ouch Hayavarata Lan Yamagananam Jabhanya Ghadadash Jabagadadash Kapha Chatha Chatatav Kapai Shashasar Hal Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani. Om Su Aujas Od Shas Ta Bhyam Bhis Ne Bhyam Bhyas Asti Bhyam Bhyas Ngas Os Am Ni Os Sup. Again, welcome everyone. It's nice to see everyone here. So we picked up Bhagavat-śabdha. One hidden benefit of Sanskritam at the wedding, at the ceremony, we were running really late, right? I like to dance, so the Bharat was long. And so we were late to start the wedding, and our priest from Arshivitya Gurukulam, Sailors by Raviji, was our Purohita, right? And so he wanted to make the muhurtam, right? So he started chanting at top speed. But because I knew Sanskrit, I was able to match his speed. And so it was like you know, in Carnatic music, like Jugalbandi, right? When they're playing back and forth. This is like me and Raviji back and forth. Sometimes I said what he was supposed to say before he said it, but then I would get in trouble. He got mad at me. So this is a hidden benefits of Sanskritam, is that when you're doing a puja or any samskara, that you can understand the words. So I had this like very large smile on my face the whole time. And so my brother was telling me, you don't need to smile so big. And I said, there's two things here, right? One is I'm getting married, so I'm very happy. But two, the whole thing's in Sanskrit, right? So I am so happy. So I was just enjoying the word meaning, right? All the word meaning that was coming up. So you know, befitting of a nice start, we're coming right back to Bhagavat-śabdha, right? Coming back to right to Bhagavan, which is a nice place to come back to. Let me see if I can fill the whole screen a little bit larger. So Bhagavat-śabdha, we saw this last time. We'll review it and we'll do one exercise and then we can go on from here. So today we're going to look at Bhagavat-śabdha, and then we're going to look at one more pratipadika, which is shatru, ending pratipadika. So the word we're going to look at is sat. So when we talk about sati saptami, that's the sat from sati saptami. That's what we'll see after this. So Bhagavat, right? We saw it's an ending with the suffix mat. So mat means one who has something. So Bhagavat means one who has bhaga. Now the ma becomes va when the pratipadika has a or makara at the end of the word, or second to last the word. So bhaga, right? Bhaga ends with a. So therefore, the ma becomes va. So Bhagavat. Now, there's some peculiarities with this, right? You'll see that there's some peculiarities that we saw. This whole area is called the Sarva Namasthana, right? Sarva Namasthana section. So in this Sarva Namasthana section, you'll see the addition of a nakara all the way through it. There's a nakara that gets added. So you can see that more clearly with one's a little bit more funny, but you can see the rest of these that, right, Bhagavat, then it becomes Bhagavant, and then we add the su ojas, right? So here we're adding o. So Bhagavant plus o, Bhagavanto. Bhagavant plus as becomes Bhagavantaha. Bhagavant plus becomes Bhagavantam. Bhagavat plus o, Bhagavanto. So only in this section do we see that nakara get added. The rest is just like marut shabda. And the peculiarity there is dakara becomes dakara because of jashta sandhi. So Bhagavat becomes Bhagavad bhyam, Bhagavad bihi. Only in this bha section, sorry, pada section. 7.3, it goes back to takara, so Bhagavatsu. Okay, so let's look at this. We can chant it together and we'll look at one quickly again, why that happens as well. Okay, so you can start with me. And what we can do is we can actually, again, look at this. So 1-1, we know what 1-1 Bhagavat, just because we're so familiar with the word, right? Bhagavan. And then we get, this is Sarvanamasthana. So nakara gets added. So Bhagavant, Bhagavanto, right? Bhagavantaha. Then Bhagavant plus so Bhagavantam, Bhagavanto. And then here, this is no longer Sarvanamasthana, so no more nakara. So Bhagavataha. Bhagavata. Then here, ta becomes da, so Bhagavad bhyam, Bhagavad bihi, Bhagavate, Bhagavad bhyam, Bhagavad bhyaha. Bhagavataha, Bhagavad bhyam, Bhagavad bhyaha, Bhagavataha, Bhagavatoho, Bhagavatam, Bhagavati, Bhagavatoho, then Bhagavatsu. Okay, Bhagavatsu. Technically, there's a good amount of sandhi that happens in the 7-3, but it's okay. We saw that already. So just quickly, number one, this 1-1, Bhagavat plus sa, right? Then the sakara goes away in 1-1. Then we add this nakara, so it becomes Bhagavant. Now, in being mat suffix ending in 1-1, the akara before the na becomes dirgha, becomes long. So it becomes Bhagavant. Bhagavant, and then the last letter of the conjunct consonant is removed. That's basically across the board. When you have a conjunct consonant at the end of the word, that last letter will be removed. So Bhagavant, then the takara is removed, Bhagavan. In Sambodhana, the steps are the same, except you don't get that dirgha. So because this is Bhagavan. So hey Bhagavan. So it's a nice greeting. You can say, hey Bhagavan, when you see one of your family members. So let's look at some some words, but let's look at some of the exercises. So just quickly, we can look at some of the easier ones, and then we'll look at one difficult one, which is number 5. I just chose one of the long ones, but you can see them. So number 2, right? Namanti, right? Nam dhatu, 1p to bow, lat lakara, kartari prayoga, third 3. Right? So someone bows, someone prostrates, someone does namaskara. Who does that? We need a 1-3 basically to match, right? Now 1-3, we see one word here that would do that. Dhimantaha. Sorry, this is in the back of the book. This is exercise number 39, page 184. Page 184 in the back of the book. Otherwise, just look at the screen with me. It's all there, what you need. 184. So, dhimantaha namanti. So, dhimantaha. So, this is Bhagavat-śabdha. This is at ending, just like Bhagavat. This is Punlinga. And remember this at, this at has this meaning of one who has. So one who has dhi, one who has an intellect, right, or intelligence. So the one who has this intelligence prostrates to who? Hanumantam. Hanumat is actually, right, just like what we were saying. So at, this is Hanumat, pratipadika, at ending pullinga, right? Then the pratyaya, this is dutiya vibhakti, ekavachanam, vibhaktyartha, karmani dvitiya to namanti, right? So the dhimantas, the intelligent people, are the ones who have dhi or intellect. The intelligent people prostrate, bow to who? To Hanuman. And Hanuman means one who has a Hanu, one who has a special chin, because he got hit by Lord Indra with the bolt in his chin. That's why all the monkeys have a dent in their chin. Not monkeys, the nara, vanaras. Monkeys too, though. They have that dent in their chin. So same thing with this sentence, Vidyavantam Hanumantam Namami. Now Vidyavantam, right? Okay, so you know what the word Vidya means? Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. Vidya, knowledge, right? So, and then you know what At means? It means one who has. So Vidyavantam, one who has Vidya. This means a wise person. The wise person. Wait, but we have to start with the verb. Namami. Namami. This is nam dhatu, latlakara, karturi prayoga, uttama purusha ekavachanam. Okay, so we need an aham. Do we see a hum here? No, we don't see a hum. So we have to add that. That's not there. We add it. Aham namami. I prostrate. I do namaskara. To who? To that knowledgeable one. The knowledgeable one. The one who has knowledge. The one who has vidya. The wise one. Okay, but who are we talking about? Hanumantam. Again, Dutiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. I'm just skipping steps because where we are at this stage, hopefully you can go through the words, right? So, but I bow or I prostrate to Hanuman who has knowledge. They say Hanuman knew 9 systems of grammar. 9 systems of grammar. We're struggling with Panini grammar. 1 system, but Hanuman knew 9 systems. So he's Vidyavantam. Okay, let's go to this number 5 that I have here. Okay, so this is Bhagavataha Swarupam Bhagavata Swayam Upadishyate. Okay, so all the cobwebs from 2 weeks of not doing Sanskrit grammar, right? Removing them, taking a deep breath. This is no longer 3-word sentence, a little bit more. Okay, let's start. Let's see if this will work. 1 second. Okay, it's not working on its own, so we can give it some help. But, right, we start with the verb, right? Upadishyate. No, this is not Gujarati, so I will add the line. So, upadishyate. Right, this is dish dhatu. So, upadishyate. So, dish dhatu, we don't see that right away. You see that there's something before it. So, you know that there's what we call an upasarga. Upasarga. We have to make sure we know these terminologies. Now you're at advanced students, right? We need to know all these terminologies. So you have upasarga plus dish dhatu. Dish dhatu is 6U. Now at this point, you may not know upadish. So you go to the dhatu kosha, you go to the back of the dhatu kosha, you find dish dhatu, and then upa. It's kind of a pain, but if you know the alphabet well, you can go quickly and find it. But it's also helpful to memorize upadish because upadish comes very common. You right here the word upadesha, right? Upadesha. This is on the page 79 in the Dhatu Kosha, so you can write that down in your book next to number 5. So when you come back and you do this one more time, you can know where it is. So page 79, you can just note that down. Hopefully our pages are the same. It means to teach, right? And upadesha means that which is taught, a lesson. But upadish means to teach or to advise someone. So we have, this is lat lakara, yakara and atmanepada, right? You see this yakara atmanepada. And so we know it's karmani prayoga. This is third one. Lalakara karmani prayoga pratama purusha ekavacha upadishyate. So he, she, it teaches. Now just scan the words for a moment. What do you think the first case is going to be? So go through the words, right? Bhagavataha, is that first case? Is that a first case? It can be. Can it be? No, it can't be, because look, Bhagavan, Bhagavanto, Bhagavantaha. Bhagavantam, Bhagavato, Bhagavanto, Bhagavataha. So that would be 2, 3. It can be 2, 3, it can be 5, 1, it can be 6, 1. So it can't be 1, 1. Swarupam, this could be 1, 1. Could be 2, 1. Bhagavatas 3, 1. Swayam. Swayam is actually avyaya. Not that you know that, but now we can know that. Swayam is an avyaya word, doesn't decline. So our closest one is Swarupam, right? So we can see Swarupam. Swarupa is Akaranta. I put Pullinga, but it's not actually Pullinga. It's Napumsaka Linga. So I need to correct that here. So just make that note that this is Napumsaka Linga, Akaranta Napumsaka Linga. Okay, so we can change that. Okay. So Swarupam, right? 1, 1. And again, we're in Karmani Prayoga. So this word Swarupa is going to be in Karmani Prathama to Upadishyate. Okay, Karmani Prayoga, Karmani Prathama. So Swarupam Upadishyate. What does that mean? Swarupa means I think some people are typing it. So, yep. So the nature or the essence is taught, right? So the nature is taught because remember this is Karmani Prayoga. So it's not teaches, it's taught. So the nature is taught. Now, we just look at the words, right? Bhagavataha Swarupam Bhagavata Swayam Upadishyate. So you want to figure out which word we're going to connect this to. What are we going to go to next? So there's a question, is Supratya 1, 1 or 2, 1 for Swarupa? So I took it as 1, 1 because this is Napumsaka Linga 1, 1. Swarupam. Like Phalam Phale Phalani. Now we already have our 1, 1. We already did this, right? So now there's this funny word next to it, Bhagavataha. And only because I know we can go through the cases beforehand. It's often a good habit to go through the cases beforehand and then do the sentence. But it's funny because you have to know before you do it. But Bhagavataha Swarupam. So Bhagavataha, right? This could be a number of cases, but let's go through it, right? I'm going to go through Bhagavataha next, and I'll show you why I took it. Right? So Bhagavataha, Bhagavat, Pratipadika, Takaranta Pullinga. What case do you think, can you tell me in the chat, what case do you think Bhagavataha is? Or Bhagavataha swarupam upadishyate. The nature is taught. Blank nature is taught. Bhagavataha swarupam upadishyate. Can you tell me in the chat what case this is? Su ojas ot shas tabhyam bis gebhyam byas ngasibhyam byas nas os ni osu. So our possibilities are that it can be 2-3, 5-1, or 6-1, right? It can't be 1-3 because you get a nakara. It can be 2-3, 5-1, 6-1. If you need help with this, is page 136, I believe, 136 in the book. Yeah, Bhagavataha, right? We're going to take this as 6-1, 6-1. Because whose swarupa is taught, right? Bhagavataha swarupam upadishyati. That Bhagavan's nature is taught. The nature of Bhagavan is taught. So this is sambandhe shashti to swarupam. So when you're doing shashti vibhakti, the sambandha is always to another pratipadika, to another suvanta. So the nature of Bhagavan is taught. Okay? Now nature of Bhagavan is taught. Now I'm just going to go to the next word, Bhagavata, and then Swayam. We could do different order, but either way, we'll get the same meaning at the end, okay? So I'm going to take Bhagavata. While I'm doing the Pratipadika Suprata, can you tell me what the case is for this? In the chat, again, this is Bhagavat-śabdha. As we've been learning, it's at ending, it's punlinga. We know it's not feminine because it would be Bhagavati, just like Nadi. Nadi, Nadyo, Nadyaha. Yep, so we're looking pretty good. So this is Pratipadika, this is Bhagavat, at ending, punlinga. Okay, notice how I have to write at ending, not just the ending, because you have to take the last two letters because there's other words that end with dakara. But this one's peculiar, so we have to take the last two letters. At ending, this is 3-1. And we're in karmani prayoga, so the third case can be kartari tritiya. Okay, to upadishyate. This is we learned this a long time ago. When we're in karmani prayoga, the third case can be the doer, the karta. So kartari tritiya to upadishyate. So now the meaning is the nature of Bhagavan is taught. Is taught by who? Taught by Bhagavan. This is why we're learning the Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavan's revealing his own nature. Now there's one word, swayam. Swayam, we don't have to do too much. It is swayam, but it's a avyaya, meaning it does not decline, it's indeclinable. Just like Brahma Swarupa or Atma Swarupa, it doesn't decline. You don't, right? The word itself declines, but you don't decline. Your nature does not decline. Similarly, this Swayam, it does not decline. It's indeclinable. So I mean, we don't have any. So it's just Swayam. It means oneself or by oneself, or by his self, or by herself, or by themselves. So I took the whole meaning as the nature of Bhagavan is taught by Bhagavan themselves. I wrote themself, you can say himself, you can say herself, you can say, I put gender neutral, themself. But you can even say the nature of Bhagavan is taught by Bhagavan, by themselves. That by is kind of just included in this word also. So now if you just look at the word, right? Bhagavataha swarupam bhagavata swayam upadishyate. Spashta, is it clear? Yeah, spashta, it's clear, right? So Bhagavataha swarupam bhagavata swayam upadishyate. Okay, let's just look at one more. I'm not going to write it all out for time's sake. Buddhimatam mato samshayaha na asti. Okay, asti, astatu. Don't write in the chat, but what is the gana? It means to be, so it's 2p. Asdi, asdatu, to be, 2p. This is latlakara, kartari prayoga, pratama purusha, ekavachana. But we always have to remember na asti, okay, that changes the whole meaning. Is not there, is not. What is not? We see a word like Rama, there, right? Samshayaha. Samshaya akaranta punlinga pratama vibhakti ekavachanam. So you should, right? I want you to practice saying this out loud. Do the whole rupa parichaya, go through the whole form. The vibhakti artha, kartri prathama to asti. Now it's funny because you can't do asti, but technically kartari prathama. Samshaya means a doubt. So a doubt is not there. Doubt is not. The doubt is not there. Where? Mato. This is mato is mati shabda. Short e, feminine. Yeah, we learned this a long time ago. Mati 7:1. So it's Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. It means in the mati, means buddhi. So in the intellect. In the intellect, the doubt is not there. The doubt of who? Sorry, in the intellect of who? Buddhimatam. Buddhimat shabda, akaranta punlinga. What case? Shashti vibhakti. Shashti vibhakti bahuvachanam, right? Yeah. Shashti vibhakti bahuvachanam. This is sambandhe shashti to mato. So the doubt is not there in the mind or in the intellect of the buddhimats, of the people who have buddhis, who have intelligence, who are intelligent, right? So finally goes to the wise people. You keep taking it, right? So the doubt is not there in the minds of the wise people. Okay, you are all buddhimats. So we'll end here. And we'll continue. We'll do shatra and ending words in our next class, which is sat shabda. And you can let me know if you have any questions. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shante Shante Shantehi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.